What a spot, hey? This is the first time I've ever been to this spot. Just found it, just was looking around the bush and stumbled down this little track. And it's definitely going on my list of all-time favourite little camp spots. I'll be back, that's for sure. Welcome back to Off-Road Crusader. You've seen the title of this video, you've seen the thumbnail. No, it's not clickbait. It is something that I wanted to talk about for my benefit, but I also think that there's a lot of other people who watch this channel who will probably find it resonates a little bit with them. Maybe not YouTube specifically, but just other things in life. And maybe we can all have a bit of a discussion about it and maybe we'll all grow from it, I don't know. But it isn't an easy one that I've been wanting to make, but I feel like it's important and we'll all benefit from it. So I've just come out here, fire band's finally lifted, so I made a little fire and put the billy on and made a cup of tea. This is just about finished brewing. So yeah, I wanted to have a bit of a chat about, I failed YouTube. I failed it. I failed being a YouTuber. And I've been not happy about it. And I think it's also sort of overflowed into a number of things in my life. And maybe the reverse has happened as well. I wouldn't say that 2024 has so far been the best year of my life. It would take a lot for it for that statement to change. But look, we're here. We're out bush. Got a cup of tea, got a little fire, and I'm chatting to you guys. So let's go through it all and see where we end up in this discussion. If you're watching this, then this video has finally made it. There's also a high chance that this video will just go for an hour and I'll never end up editing it and you'll never see it. So if you're seeing it, then, you know, well done, Todd. Good on you for editing. And what a spot to have a chat as well. This is just amazing. It's completely silent out here. Bit of a breeze coming through. It's just really nice. So, I failed at being a YouTuber is probably the shortest way to describe this video. I am a YouTuber. I'm a part-time YouTuber and I love it. I enjoy it. I really enjoy creating content. Editing, I don't love as much, but it's still enjoyable to complete it. And I love being able to chat and get to know all you guys and share my experiences and my knowledge and just bring you guys along for the adventure and document all of the fun stuff I get to do as well. While I enjoy this hobby, which is adventuring, which is going for adventures, going into the bush with my four-wheel drive, seeing where I end up, and bringing you guys along for the trip. Whatever that may be, whether it's easy or not, and you can already see with this one, it took me forever to start a fire. Still burnt my finger, but it's all part of the adventure, so we take it. So let's start from the top. Hi, I'm Todd. I am a YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel called Off-Road Crusader. Formerly used to be Prado 120 Adventures over 5 years. Oh, that was over 5 years ago now. And I made this channel because I wanted to see what it was like, because I wanted to create resources for people who were after stuff, and I had answers about my own experiences of how I worked on my car, which at the time was a 120 series Prado with the KZ engine, which there wasn't a lot of practical video information about at the time. So I went, oh, well, I'll make it. What's the worst that can happen? And to be honest, I loved it. It was great. I remember watching the first 5 to 10 views of my video come through, and then I saw subscribers. I think I absolutely jumped for joy once I hit 10, because that was like, wow. And it's just gone nuts from there. YouTube has always interested me in creating content and being creative, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I have a creative mind. A little while ago, I think probably 18 months ago, around that time frame, I had a chat with my wife about giving it a go full time. YouTube has always grown very steadily for me, very cruisy, very linear, nothing significant, just slow growth, which in a way is pretty good because it's reliable, and it's not susceptible to all the trends of bucking up and down and being you know, being viral and that sort of stuff. But look, it hasn't really taken off like I suppose a few other channels have. And there can be a number of reasons why they have. Obviously, they've found a really good niche of things to make. They're absolutely excellent in front of a camera. They've got really awesome production skills. Maybe they know a bunch of people. Maybe they're hanging around with the right crews, and as such, they become in association to a big name, and therefore they grow themselves. Or they're just really, really good at the business side of it. And none of these to say to detract away from people who've had that sort of success, because it's a business. You know, you've got to put effort in. You've got to have knowledge. You've got to, you know, the better at running a business you are, usually the better the business is, and that's completely true. Sometimes you luck out as well, and you are making a channel, and all of a sudden it becomes trendy to focus on that, and that's awesome. And I really wish that had happened to me, but it just hasn't. I've been making lots of videos. I think I'm up to I'm over 100 videos now. Yeah, look, nothing's really taken off quite as crazy as that and caused a huge catapult in growth for my channel. But that's okay. I'm pretty happy with this because it keeps me honest as well, and I think stops my head from getting too big. So about 18 months ago, I decided I wanted to really give it a shot and see what I could make out of this YouTube thing. I was working like everyone else, working full time, supporting a family, and at that time, you know, a young kid as well. I think he was just over a year old. And we went, cool, well, I want to give it a go. I want to give it a shot and throw some real time and see what I can make out of this, because I viewed it at the time as like anything else in life. The more work and effort and the more energy you invest into something, usually the better off it becomes, and the better you do at it and the more successful you are. So it made sense. Okay, well, if I've got more time to make videos, I can make more content, therefore grow the channel, therefore, who knows, maybe it'll just take off. And at the time, my wife was hugely supportive. I've got an amazing wife who really believes in me and really helped to facilitate being able to give this thing a shot. And she sort of looked at everything and went, you know what, we can do this. If you want to give it a shot, see where it goes, let's try it. And as such, we did. I dropped my full-time hours and had more time to do the YouTube thing, make videos, content, all that sort of stuff. So at the time, I think I was putting out about 2 videos a month on average for that first year. Some months I do 4 videos, some months I do 1, some I do none. But on average, I think that year I did about 2 videos a month, which was pretty good. And I was pretty happy with the type of content I was making. It's not just short, snappy stuff. It's not just streaming or something like that. You know, I really did have to put effort into editing everything. And yeah, we got there. So I was really happy with how it turned out. But again, nothing really took off. I had a few opportunities come up and they sort of bumped a little bit, but nothing to change the growth rate, if that makes sense, which is sort of what you want, because when you're looking at where you are and where you want to be, you sort of have a bit of a time frame. Look, given time, my channel will reach 5 million subscribers, given time, at the current growth rate. But I think I'm probably going to have to be about 600 years old before that happens, and that's a little bit long. So you sort of want the success to happen at a time you can use it and appreciate it, I suppose. And for me, that's sort of, I wanted YouTube to supplement my revenue. I wanted to be able to, you know, do a bit of part-time work on the side, but then my part-time work plus the YouTube work would make up a full-time salary. And to get there, you really do have to put in you have to grow up to some serious numbers. And I thought, you know, putting more effort in, like everything in life, like school, you get taught all in school. Harder you work, you know, the more you study, all that sort of stuff, you'll get better grades, you'll get a better job, you'll earn more money, get a better life. That's the thing we were fed. And yeah, look, YouTube ended up not happening that way. I spent 12 months, well, the last 12 months working hard at it and having extra time. And unfortunately, it didn't really get anywhere. I put a huge amount of time and effort and money into it, and the return on it, looking back on it, was really minimal. And look, at the same time, we welcomed our second son, Arthur, into the world, which was a great feeling to see another son join along with my family. But as anyone would know, being a parent, especially of babies, is difficult. It's not easy. It's not always rewarding. Myself and my wife really enjoy kids. Babies, not a lot. And I think a lot of people will agree with me there that babies are, you can't do much with them. They are just a constant drain on your time and energy and resources, and you don't really get too much back, which isn't really a good way to look at it, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. And yeah, look, we knew we were in for a slug. That was our second child, so we also had a toddler, Coda, at the time. And we knew we'd have to divide our time. We can't both hang out with the baby or both with the toddler. We've got to divide our time. And we had this precedent sort of knowledge and experience of Coda when he was a baby, and he was not an easy baby. He was colic for the first 6 months, which really hit us hard, because we had all these expectations and we'd done this research, and we were very, we were like, nah, we know, we've done all the research, we know all there is to know, we're going to jump into this and enjoy it, and everything just went completely out the window. So yeah, look, we had a really hard time with Coda when he was younger, and I think going into a second child, we were sort of expecting that, and it was a little bit scary, I suppose, a little bit apprehensive to go into that, but you're pregnant, you're going to have a baby, so you got to deal with it. And one thing that I don't think anyone really talks about is the postnatal depression that happens and is documented a lot with women. Happens to both sides of the couple. You have these expectations of parenthood and first-time parenthood, of when everything first starts happening, and you get hit with a big steaming dump of reality when you get your baby home and you spend those first few weeks, and all of a sudden the amount of sleep you used to drops right down. You can't really go out and do too much. Everything has to be sterilized. Everything smells like baby poo and milk. People are tired and grumpy, and babies don't do what you want them to do. And look, everyone gets really stressed out and tired, and it really saps into your being. It saps into who you are and your spirit, and it makes it really difficult to be loving and caring with each other, and to, I suppose, also have that energy and drive to live, really, to go out and do. I'm not talking, obviously you're going to be alive, but to live, to go out and do all the things that you love to do, you lose that spirit and that energy. And that happened to us. And I'd like to say that I dealt with it well, and that that it was something we moved through. But it really rocked me personally, because of that mantra that we'd been fed. The harder you work at something, the more you focus on it, the harder you study, the better you do. Everything. The more effort you put in, generally you get a better result. And the baby was not that at all. And a lot of the times, as a father, there's nothing you can do. I remember there's a dozen or more times where it'd be 3 in the morning and you're both exhausted and tired, and the baby won't stop screaming, and they're teething. Teething's a perfect example. They've got that really sore jaw. They don't know what to do about it. You've given them as much Panadol as you can. You've gone through the Bonjela. You've tried everything you can try, and they're just screaming. And you can't sleep. Mum can't sleep. She's tired. This is the 4th night in a row it's happened. And there's as the child finds solace, and it finds a lot of love and affection and care, and it finds a lot of comfort from mum. And that's biological. That's completely biological. That's just, they've been together for 9 months, plus however long that is. They know each other's smell, and they know each other's feel, and the sight of each other, and the sound of their voices, and like they just connect so well. That's a biological thing for mother and child. And as such, she's best equipped to deal with that baby at that point in time. But unfortunately, it also means that every time I tried to step in and help, I just make it worse. So she got lumped with dealing with that, and dealing with the lack of sleep and everything else that goes along with it. And unfortunately, it just means that there was nothing that I could do. You suddenly realize that no matter how much time and effort and energy you want to put into your child and your marriage and your family, it sucks. And that really hits home if you're used to knowing that, oh, I'm not getting the result I want, maybe I just have to work a bit harder. didn't make a difference. And that really shook me that happened. Yeah, the first time round it was a little bit difficult, but also like I don't know, I suppose you're just in the trenches, you get used to it. But the second time round it started happening, you couldn't just sit there and mope. You also had a toddler to deal with as well. Life doesn't stop with just one baby. And while my wife could then go off and sort Arthur out, you then have a toddler that wakes up in the middle of the night because the baby's crying, and then they get upset. And yeah, look, it's taken its toll. The lack of progress and I suppose you go through, well, it's now been 18 months of putting all this effort into YouTube and all this time where I could have otherwise been working or doing something else, to then get very little return out of it. To have the same thing with kids as well has been a very difficult thing to deal with. And to be honest, I ended up self-soothing at the bottom of a bottle. I began to drink quite a lot. Did it help? Probably no, it didn't really help in hindsight, but it numbed everything, which sort of helped. But look, if you guys have been there, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what it's like. It's like you sort of, you hate yourself for doing it, but also it's the only way you can sort of deal with the day. Anyway, but look, getting back to now, look, the YouTube thing has kind of fallen on itself. Not that there's been a lack of growth. I've met and been able to make friends with a heap of different people in YouTube, locally and around Australia. I've now know personally a number of people, and it's just fantastic. The community is great. Us all being able to go out and do trips is awesome. But the fact is, I had an expectation of where YouTube would be once I put in all this effort and time, and it's fallen well short of that reality. And that hit home pretty hard. Yeah, look, struggling at home with the kids has been very hard. Look, everyone knows the current financial situation. Everyone has to tighten their belts and withdraw on dreams and ideas, and that's been very hard. And yeah, to top that all off, I've got a few things with the car that's just, yeah, timing wise, they need to be replaced and sorted and fixed, and there's just nothing there. So look, I'm at a very difficult point at the moment. I'm not okay. I'd like to say that everything's fine, everything's dandy, but deep down I'm struggling, and I've had to reach out and lean on a number of people who are close to me. And I thank them. I really thank them for what they've helped me through, whether they know it or not. So what's the point of this video? Why am I telling you all this? And it's not I'm not after sympathy. I'm not after, that sort of pity or anything like that. I realized that I haven't been putting out videos nearly as much as I used to be. I haven't had as much of a presence online. And, I've got a lot of people who support me and support the channel. And I feel like I let them down a lot by not feeding the beast, which is YouTube, and creating content and being that sort of person for the camera. I haven't been it, and I'm sorry. But yeah, look, that's why. I don't think I'm the only person and the only guy or girl out there that's been struggling with all this. If you have been struggling, please comment down below and let me know. Even if something I've said sort of resonates with you, I'd love to hear it. And I suppose the point of this video is to make a bit of a discussion about how do we individually, and we as a group, and we as a community, I suppose, my Off-Road Crusader community, how do we deal with it when we hit bottom? When we've given all we can and there's nothing else to give, but there's still more mountain to climb. What do we do then? That's probably what I want this discussion to be about, because I'm not planning on stopping doing anything I love doing. I'm still going to make YouTube videos. I'm still going to keep doing that, but the timing and consistency and the frequency of all that is probably going to change. you know, with interest rates and stuff the way they are, I'm probably going to have to be working more, and therefore less time to put towards Off-Road Crusader. And that's the reality of it, unfortunately. So look, I'm not quitting, I'm not giving up. I'm still going to be doing everything that I'm doing right now. I suppose I just felt like I owed you guys an explanation for why I haven't really been myself. Yeah, I know a lot of you will be supportive, and you know, you've always been there and been supportive. But look, you guys deserve to know, and as viewers, as friends, as mates, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for getting all the way through this video and not just clicking out for something more exciting, which you're well in your right mind to do. But you know, watching a guy sip his tea and spill his heart out in a beautiful location, that's not everyone's cup of tea. Well, speaking of cup of tea. But look, here we are. So yeah, look, my fire's pretty much burnt its way through. This cup of tea is going to be enjoyable. I just really want to sit here and meditate and think and reflect, have a bit of self-reflection on how I'm doing. And look, I'll see you in the next video. The honest truth is I don't know what my next video is going to be. I don't know when it's going to come out. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but there will be a next video. I just don't know when. So yeah. Anyway, look, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll catch you next time on Off-Road Crusader. Cheers.